One of the things that destroys many membership sites before they have a chance to get off the ground is the content. If you're not providing high value and useful content, your membership site is going to crash and burn, plain and simple. You need to be able to provide something that means they have to be a member. Yeah, if I can get whatever's in your membership site elsewhere just by typing into Google, why would I want to pay money to you to get it? It's got to be high value and useful content, and that's where a lot of membership sites fall down. They use any old rubbish, they use out of date or plain wrong information, and because of it they suffer and struggle and end up folding. Ideally, when it comes to creating your membership site, unless you're doing a private label or master resale rights club, and even then this really does apply, the content needs to be unique to you. If it's unique to you, then there's a reason for people to be members. You know, if they can get it anywhere else, or you know, if you're reselling stuff that I can get from a dozen other sites, why would I want to join your membership site? This is all about adding value and useful content. If you're the only place I can get it from, I've got to come to you to get it. You can use stuff that can be found elsewhere outside your site, but don't make it stuff that's commonly known or easy to find. If it is, then why would people want to join? If you get members and then they realise that, you know, the content you're selling them, they can find in Google in 2 minutes, they're going to leave. You're going to have a high unsubscribe rate. So make sure the content cannot easily be found elsewhere. And by creating unique content, you ensure that. I would also recommend providing regular updates. Particularly, obviously, you know, if you're doing a monthly membership or weekly membership, then you are going to be providing these updates. But even if you're just using a membership site as a delivery mechanism, then by updating your product and adding bonuses, you're getting people to come back to your site, which means you can market to them and you can earn more money from them. So the regular updates gives them a reason to come back to your site, where they're displayed login and one-time offers, which a percentage of them will buy. This one's very, very important. Again, this is another one where membership sites fall over. Always deliver your updates on time. Don't, you know, sit there and go, well, I can't be bothered, I'll give it a couple of days. Yeah, make sure you're prepared and your content's ready well in advance, because if you do that, then you're going to keep your members happy. As soon as content starts to get late, your members get edgy, you get people unsubscribing, you get people dissatisfied, and that's not what you want. Your very first month when someone first joins, that's the most important month for them. That's where you will lose the most subscribers. So you need to make sure that you give massive value in that first month. You want to really over deliver and make people go, wow, this is incredible. Make sure they know what's going to come up in the future months and weeks, so that they know they have to stay a member. You know, you don't want to give them everything all at once and they go, well, I don't need to stay a member now, cancel. You want to give them loads of value, and they give them lots and lots of reasons why they have to stay a member. But it's very, very important to listen to the feedback from your members. A lot of membership site owners don't do this. Your members know what your niche wants, so they're very, very good if you can listen to them. A lot of successful private label rights clubs, for example, will get content, topics and ideas for keywords and niches from their members. That's a very, very powerful way of doing it. Now, it's a two-way stream. Your members get what they want, and you, as the membership site owner, don't have to sit there and go, right, what are we doing this month? You've got ideas coming out your ears from your members. But the feedback encourages an interaction which builds a sense of community and loyalty to you and the site, and that can really, really help you. Now, when it comes to providing content, you can either write it yourself. Now, obviously that's going to take time. How much time it takes depends upon the membership site, but you could do that if you want to. If your budget is limited, that may be where to start. You could hire or interview experts. Yeah, depending on the niche, many experts will be more than happy to be interviewed. It promotes them and boosts their ego and boosts their business. But you could even hire some experts, maybe pay them a percentage of the profits. Alternatively, you can hire freelancers. Get a decent freelancer And again, not going to go into details about how you do that. There's plenty of other information on that. But get a decent freelancer, get them to create the content for you. These last two are probably the best two because it frees up your time. But obviously, it could cost you money, particularly if you're hiring freelancers. One of the best forms of content is what we call user-generated content. This is where your users create the content for you. They submit articles, submit other information. That works as well. If you can get your users to generate the content, it's going to save you a lot of time. Resale rights products, you can always use some of that. Remember, with resale and master resale rights products, they tend to be branded with other people's sites. So they are going to promote other people, not necessarily you. So you could use them if you need to and if they're appropriate. The other alternative, and this is my preferred option, is rewritten private label rights material. Pick up decent private label rights material. You can often find this really cheap, and just use that. Just rewrite it and use it for your niche. Obviously, do a bit of research and make sure it's very, very high value. But you can often take a single PLR product and turn it into a complete training course. Now, the format you use, whether it's going to be audio or books or video, it's up to you. It depends upon your niche, depends upon your skills, your budget, your equipment, and so on. But you've got to make sure you provide high value content. It's got to be ideally unique for you. It's got to be good quality, and it's got to be something that people go, wow, this is so worthwhile. You don't want it to be anything where they look at it and go, yeah, whatever, because that means unsubscribed. So make sure it's good quality, and this gives you some hints and tips of where to find the content. Now, obviously, writing it yourself is cheap. It's pretty much free, but it takes up your time. Your time obviously has a value, so you may want to look at outsourcing it if necessary. But provide good quality content, and your members will stay loyal, and more importantly, stay paying members.